Jamal Niaz here with Joe Joyce after a massive press conference for a huge fight here in Manchester with Dillian Whyte. A lot of back and forth. Dillian had a lot of things to say. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I thought it was it's a great build up, and he's a great fighter. Like good boxing techniques. He's had a lot of experience and in the program and big fights. So even look at the card as well. It's great to see all the heavyweights on the table, and we just, did the face-offs and everything. But I've still got a fight beforehand, March the 1st, and then which is a good build up to get me ready for Dillian.
100%. And what do you make of Dillian's return to the ring last year? Obviously, he had to get that ring rust off. What do you make of his performances and the dangers that he brings? Like you said, his record speaks for itself, and yours speaks for itself as well.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Dillian. I did some amateur sparring like over 10 years ago, but I've seen his progression in the heavyweight boxing and his fights, so I'm familiar with his style and stuff. Nearer the time, I'll have a look at his past fight, but it's about me now and making sure I get the best out of training. So I brought on team members that will have helped me be successful in the past, and I'm building up to this fight in the new year to get back to the top.
Do you feel like, I know every fight at this level is a high pressure situation, but do you feel like this is more so for both of you because you both want to be back at the top of the sport? A loss isn't going to do either you any favours, much like any other fight, but this one in particular could get you right back in the mix, couldn't it?
Yeah, and I'm excited for that. I'm excited to win again and get into, definitely get into these bigger fights.
Does it have to be a knockout win for you to make such a big statement? Or, it wouldn't be so bad if you guys had a 12-round war as well. You both come out looking very good as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the preferred way of winning is a knockout, especially at heavyweight, and so I aim to do that if the opportunity presents itself, and go on from there.
Two of your former opponents fighting next week, Parker and Dubois. You beat both of them. What do you make of that matchup, and do you see yourself rematching either of those men in the future?
Yeah, it's a great matchup, and I'm excited to see it, and excited to see who does what in the ring and what the outcome is. I think I would obviously like to fight the winner, or them fight. They're great fights, and I'm excited to watch them.
Who do you see winning that one?
Who do I see winning? I would say what I'm leaning to, or what's more realistic. You have to see on the night, but I would say either Parker points or Dubois knockout would be the basic breakdown. But it depends on what comes out, and how their respective camps are going and stuff.
You can look at that fight from two perspectives from your end. You can look at it and think, I know I could be in that position. You've beaten both of those guys. Or you can look at it in a positive way and think, listen, I've beaten both those guys. They're right at the top now. I can be there within a win or two, right back in the mix.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the top and getting back in there, getting back to the top of the sport.
What have you made of how Dubois rebuilt himself after your fight? Yeah,
he's done great. And it's been some good fights, and I've let's see who gets the victory.
Co-main on this card as well. Obviously, Okolie has had beef with Dillian for a few years. Obviously, you want to spoil that part. You don't want to see that fight happen. Would the winner of the co-main event, Okolie and Riakporhe, be in your sights as well, potentially, if Frank wants to make that fight?
Let's see what happens. See what makes sense. But I've got two fights already lined up, so I need to
a lot on your mind.
Win those, and then I can think about what's next after that.
Obviously, a few years ago, after that win over Joseph Parker, Frank was talking about you as being a potential opponent for Tyson Fury. Now, Tyson's obviously retired now. First of all, I want to know, do you feel like he's actually retired? And if that fight would have been made at that point, you coming off the back of that Joseph Parker win, how would that fight have gone between you and Tyson?
Listen, he's been retired. How many times have you been retired now?
Third one.
So, of course I'd like, I've sparred with him, and, I've got a lot of respect for him and his family. But yeah, that is a great fight that I'd like to have once he comes back, if he comes back.
How would you see you guys? Obviously, I know you sparring. Won't talk about that, but just in the professional sense, massive stadium fight. How do you feel you would have done?
Yeah, I would have done well. I'm confident with my abilities, and with the right team behind me, I can go all the way.
Final one, Moses Itauma is obviously one of Frank's most prized assets. He's getting a massive push right now. He mentioned towards the end of last year he would have loved to have fought you. Obviously, you're matched up with 2 fights, but is he someone that's on your radar, and what have you made of his growth in the past 12 months?
No, he's doing great. He's not on my radar. But yeah, it's a great, he's a great fighter, and I wish him well.
Final message to Dillian, what's going to happen April 5th?
They're going to win by knockout.
Awesome. Appreciate the time, man.